Let's see. What are we gonna work on? Okay, so we are going to. So for to do, as a player, I want to draw a card. Okay, so next thing we want to draw a card and we want to like see it down at the bottom. That's what this is going to be all about. So right now, if we open up this and we look at our events, when we're at this point, if I click on you, okay, so we emit draw card all the way up. And then I think we get an error. Okay, so missing field. So when we try to send out a message, okay, so index at draw card, we need to create a new message and send that out. So we're going to be using an API for this. Yeah, I don't know what else what I would need to put inside of here. So let's head into the API. Game, join rooms, chat message. So we're gonna have draw card. I don't know exactly what I need yet. We need a WebSocket, the room ID, the player name. I don't think we need the player name. And I don't need a card. So I believe the WebSocket room ID is correct. Then, okay, so we're gonna create the message. So const message equals, we use our message builder. So dot set action draw card. Okay. So we're gonna draw a card. Then we set the room ID. And then we're gonna build. That gives us our message. And then we're gonna WebSocket send this message. Okay. WebSocket room ID. So we're gonna do an API, draw a card, WebSocket room code. Okay. Then head over to the back end where now we need to handle draw card. So this is going to be in actions. We need draw card. This gives us an error. It doesn't work unless I have this open. Okay, so non-exhaustive pattern here. We need to add in draw card. Okay, so then we're gonna handle draw card here. Okay. We can just debug this message. Actually, I don't think we need to debug the message because I already have like the message being debugged out here. So I think we should be fine. let's go ahead and split up the other one. So, you like that, and okay, action, draw card. We have the room ID, and that's it. That's all we came in at. Okay, perfect. So then, now it gets interesting. We need to take our player. We need to take the top card off the deck and give it to the player's hand, and then also send this card back to the player. Maybe just send their entire hand, so that way no matter what, if there is like a sync issue or you miss one message, like the next time you get, you know, this message for drawing a card, you'll get them all back. I'm thinking mostly that we'll just we could just take the card, give it to the player, and send it. Okay, I think that would work. So, how are we gonna do this? We have the draw card action. We need to, okay, so we need to find the room. So that's the first thing. We need to get the room. So, rooms. Okay, intermute, find room ID. Okay, so we're gonna do all this stuff. So let's also debug our room, make sure that we've got this. Okay, there we go. We found the room, and here's all these cards. Okay, awesome. Then we want to draw, and we need to tell the, okay, we need to draw the card. Now we have address in here, don't we? Oh, okay, so here's this incoming message. We get the raw message, and we get the sender. So custom message from the raw message. The custom message, we don't have the address in here, but I wonder if it'd be a good idea for us to add that in. So in a room, we have player's player. Okay, so we're going to create a player. Okay, so new room with the player. So hold on. So when we create the room, player name and a sender. We need the address, I believe, at this point in time. Because the address, I think, is going to be the only truly unique thing that we can use to differentiate the players from each other. Because like I could like draw the card here and just like draw, but it's not going to help. Because there's not going to be, we're not going to actually give the card to the player, and it's going to be lost. Yes, Sylvie? Hi. Sylvie, I've got something for you. Let's see. Also untangle its camera. Oh, hold on. You smelled that. I brought treats up here. Nope, stop. Okay, so Zilby is my other co-pilot. I've got to say, GitHub's co-pilot is better than a cat. Zilby. Yes, you can eat it. Oh. Well, and drop it, I suppose. I'm trying to train him up with a clicker. Also, I'm curious, how loud was that? Was that too loud? It's not too terribly loud, but it's like right next to the mic too, so that's not the best. Zilby, come here. Come here. Or can I do this? Oh, okay. Nope. Now you're there. Here. Okay. Oh, don't have your face on it. Let's do one more. Zilby. Zilby. Here. My plan is to every once in a while do a little bit of clicker stuff with him. It'll encourage him to come down here more often, but then also I can train him with like, you know, come here, get into your crate, go visit some things. I think it'll be good to train him that way. Okay, you're just being super cute. Let's undo that. All right, so what are the things that we need to do for this? We need to pull in, let's see, we need to get the player address at this point in time. We also need to store the player address in the player so that we know which player it is. Either that or we need some kind of ID of like, hey, this is your ID, send it back with you. I like the idea of a player address because it's not even something that we can like forget to send. It's always there and it's a part of that WebSocket. Although there might be something to state about sending something back in case the WebSocket gets reset. Okay, so let's try the address for right now. Yes. Actually, we just know that if we get reset, if we have to handle that, which like its WebSockets, there's probably a good chance that we will. It'll be safer for us just to choose UUIDs. I don't think that there is a UUID generator in the Rust standard library. No, there is not. Okay, so we can go look for one. And I just want to use like create UIDs because like they're perfect for creating an ID that you're like fairly certain is not going to collide with each other. Like almost no chance whatsoever. Okay, so just going to pull in UUID. Then when we create a new player, let's give them an ID, like a unique ID in here. ID, and then you can be a string. For this, we're gonna do ID is gonna be a UUID. Come on. Oh, okay. So we're gonna do UUID. There you go. New v4. So new. Come on. New. Oh, this requires the v4 feature to be enabled. By default, this create depends on nothing but standard and cannot generate UUIDs. You need to enable the following cargo features to enable. Oh, okay. So we need. Oh, wait. There's a V5. Okay. I'll see. New V5. Wait, it takes a name. Does V4 take a name? No, it does not. Okay, so we're just going to want to do a new V4. V4 feature. Okay, so we need to add a feature for this. So I want to turn you into a version. So close, but I want you to be V4. You are that. You should be happy now. So then, okay, you want UUID. New V4. New V4. Like that. Okay, that gives me a UUID. And then it probably is like a 2-string or something like that. Hi. Do you want more snackies or do you want more holdies? Oh, you want more holdies and cheap. No, okay, you want snacks. Okay, well, I'll give you another one. I'll continue charging up the clicker. Sylvie. Why don't you come over and hang out over here? Or not. So that's yeah. This is interesting idea, Zilby, but no thank you. Where were we? Okay, so here. So we got you. I don't need to create 3 IDs. Okay, so now we have an ID that should be you. Okay. Then, okay, so we create the player, we have this ID, then when we respond with the player back, okay, so when we create the game, so I guess this is actually going to be in the room. When we create a new room, oh, we're taking in a player. Okay, we're taking in a player already. We have new. Okay, so then this message, we need to add in the player ID. We have player name. Okay, so we need that. So message. So custom message. This we guess this can be part of data. So we have player name, player ID is going to be an option with a string inside. We'll have to set that inside of here. Okay, set player ID. Player ID string, stir. I think this one. Player ID. We want you to actually be a string. So. Okay, so self-updated to player ID equals some player ID. Okay, there we go. Right. Now, back to player. Let's make this ID public. Oh, you know what? I guess if we have just the, yeah, let's actually do what we did before here. It was right. We should make this a stir, and then this is going to be a to-owned. Okay, so then in the room, we create this, then in a message, we're going to do a set player ID, and the player ID is going to be a reference to the player.id. Borrow a move value player. Oh, yeah. That's very true. We need the player. Wait, where are we creating the player? Player here. So we need the player ID here. equals a reference to. Oh, we just need to we need to clone you, don't we? Because this isn't gonna work. If I'm gonna give that away, is that gonna be true? Date ID. ID like that. Yeah, cannot move out of player because it's currently borrowed. So we have to so we're just gonna do okay, hold on. Player that ID, clone you. That gives us this string. We're gonna pass you into here, so set player ID. Changing our mind again. You're just gonna be a full string, and we'll take ownership of you. Okay, so that's now going to get set back. So we should be able to see this on the front end. Let's go ahead and double check that really quickly. So when I create a game, we should get, here's our player ID. It's a UUID. We need to store this in our store so we don't lose it on the front end. So this is going to be in the index. When we handle, I guess it's going to be handled join game. We'll do it for both of these, won't it? We have the name, and then we have like the player ID. So we can start this as null. That might make sense. For mutations, we'll have to have like a set player ID, state, and a player ID. And v.set state player ID, okay. So set player ID there. Then in handle join room, also going to commit to set player ID. Player ID. So this will work when we create the room. So, okay. When we go with that, if we look in our view X, player ID is set to that. Okay, perfect. But if I come to our other one here and I join the game, so 1829, join with room code. Payload is null for the set player ID because we didn't get that back. So when we join a game, we also need a player ID. So that's in state, handle join room, that join. Okay, so message. We have our player here. So this is going to be set player ID. It's going to be player.id.clone. Okay. Let's do this again. There he goes. Okay, payload is there, and player ID. And they're... they're the same. Uh-oh. Well, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so the UUID is the same. Hold on. Where did we get this player? Okay, so this is join. Okay, so hold on. So in handle join room, we create a new player, and then we join with that player. Okay. Hold on. Can I... will you let me... so use UUID. Actually, can I do this in here? I don't know if I can like create a UUID. So I guess this is just gonna be ID, right? Equals ID, UUID, new before that. Oh, is there no way for me to like pull that in? Config. No, don't want to share it. Oh, I was really hoping I'd be able to use that, like bring that in with like set up the cargo toml, but I don't think I can. So let's I need to do a quick test for this. Let's add in terminal here. TB2 advanced code. Let's go into the playgrounds. We're going to do a cargo new UUID. So we're going to pull you in. So, yep. Okay, UUID for you. We're going to bring in ID. Close. Version equals. And then features equals. B4. Okay. We're going to do that. Come to here. D equals to U D. Oh, come on. Oh, it's like the new v4, isn't it? Okay, that ran just fine. So now I'm gonna debug. Okay, so we create this ID. Now if I duplicate this, so you become like ID2, let's say. I want ID and ID2. Okay, you are different. You are different. So why are you showing as the same? I was worried that like for some reason it was going to be like, well, the same, and I have to like, you know, do something with a I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, with player here, we set the ID to string. So when we create a new one, we do a new UUID new to string. Okay, so I guess like that, I'm not doing that. So to string for this. Okay, so you're still different. So that's good. So then here in player, uv4 to string. Okay, so that becomes the ID. Now when we create a new game, so handle create game, we create a new player here. So player name sender. At this point, the UUID should be different. Like we should have a UUID in there. And here when we handle join room, player new. Okay. This should once again be a new UUID. And then we do this room join and hand it this specific player. We don't lose that player. Okay, and here create room. So we're gonna have create room and join room. So create room, we create the player. Be that room new player and push the room. So new, when we create a new, we create the player, we grab the ID out of, grab the player ID out of here to then send the message. Set the player ID. Then we have join, we take the player in, and I want this player. Okay. Why do you have, after we push these players in, I should be able to debug self.players. Hello Dota, you used my theme thing? Wait, which was my theme thing? Themes for product development. Oh, was it the thing from yesterday? Like, the the key ideas, the key themes. How did it go? Was it helpful? Okay, wait, this is on join room. I put this on join room, didn't I? Not on create. Wait, where did I put this? Pretty helpful you found for retrospective product dev. Yeah, so like the biggest thing for like any of that kind of stuff I found is like all of those stuff, like I know it can feel like really complicated. It's a set of rules that force us to actually think about everything, right? Like here, what's the problem that I constantly have with my projects I'm working on? I don't think through what I want to do, like really want to do. And because of that, I miss a lot of stuff. So it's really just like a check. Isn't it all like just checklists? It's just checklists. That's all it really is. Okay, this is join. I also want to do this in create, don't I? So in new, we have this player. Let's just debug the player here too. Let's do this up here. Right, like that. Kind of goes marketing plan, product development. Yeah, like if you know what their marketing plan is, it can be really helpful. And like getting on the same page. That's the other thing, is like everybody on the same page is really important, because people make assumptions all the time, even when they're like, oh, we don't make assumptions. Like, no, we all make assumptions. Sometimes we just don't realize we're making assumptions. Our assumptions make assumptions. Okay, so here's this player ID. Then let's do you next. Reset. You're gonna be Otter. And you're 4745. Okay, so it's 423B. Okay, look at that. Different. You are different. The players do have different UUIDs. Okay, so that's good. Then when you join the room, oh. Okay. I need to rethink how I'm doing this. I don't want to set the player ID on handle join room. I want to set this on handle create game. So like we dispatched a handle join room, but we also want to set the name. Okay, this is where we want to do that. We don't want to set that on handle join room, but we kind of do also too. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. So in handle join room, oh man, Caleb, hello, just chatting. Not right now, I don't think. I think I should be on programming, right? Did I fail to like set it back to programming? Oh, I did. Hold on. Science and technology. Okay. Yeah, I'm totally just chatting. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, Caleb. I totally forgot to set that back from yesterday. It's like I'm so often on science and technology, I forget to like even check it sometimes. Although I do chat a lot while I'm programming. Also, hello. So how do I want to deal with this? We handle the create game, and that gives us our player ID. So at this point in time, let's go to this one. I say Brooks, create the game, and we get this payload here. And so because of that, I have my player ID. We go to this other one, and I do other. Room code is going to be 6606. We don't set it. Player ID is still null because we didn't get it in. So how do I want to deal with this? The project seems to be going pretty well so far. Just like every once in a while we run into these things where it's like, okay, how do I want to actually deal with this? How do I want to move on it? I'm thinking, what if we do like a send to everyone else and send to myself? Or, so we have this handle join room. Do I want something like someone else joined the room? Like we do all of this stuff. I kind of feel like I need to send 2 messages from the back end. So in room here, when we join, right now we're just broadcasting to the room with a message, right? With this player ID. I kind of want to take this message and before broadcasting to the room, I want to like respond, like send to player, which we have, I believe. I could believe we can do this with the player, right? So we can just do before. Oh, wait, no, don't do that. Back here. Before I do this, we can do player dot send this message. Then I want to remove the player ID. Like we can shadow the message and send it again. It's like let message equals custom message builder. So we're gonna set action for joining room. I guess I don't really need to set the room ID here. Like set the player name is the only thing I need. And you're going to be a reference to player name. It's the only way we can do this if we clone you. which we can only do if player is clonable. Don't need to send that, don't need to send that. Okay, then we just build you. Aren't you? Okay. What? All I did was make you clonable. How did that break everything? Okay, so we create the message and then we say, hey, player, send this message. Great, because we own it. You can do whatever we want with it. Oh, is it like this? Player? Oh, I think it is. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we create another message, and now we broadcast to, pretty much we want to broadcast to everyone else. So self to broadcast to everyone else. Okay, so we definitely want the message. So you're a custom message. But then we need our own player ID. So, which is a stir. Okay, so for this, what do we want to do? We need to loop through all of our players. Okay, so I think you're correct here. Then, if the player ID does not equal the player ID, okay, yeah, that's I believe correct. If you do not equal to that, then I want to now send this out. So we're gonna say player.send message.clone. Okay, sounds about right. So then here we're gonna do self.broadcast to everyone else message, and we need to do the reference to the player.id. Okay. So I create a game. I get this player ID here. We're destroying the game. We go here. Here 2207. I joined here. I did not get the player ID, but I don't think I've handled it yet. So join room. I have a player ID here, and you got a join room with no player ID. Perfect. Then we go into our index. So handle join room. So first of all, we lost our room code, didn't we? I think we lost our room code. So because like in handle join room, we need to check to see if we have this room code. So if close if message data dot room ID, then we want to basically just do this. Close that out. We add the chat message. Okay, that's fine. We set the draw deck size. This is if the draw deck size is in here. So if I guess, yeah. Then okay, so if message data dot player ID commit set player ID, go like that. Okay. So create the game, in the view, load the state, we have a player ID. Go to this other one. We got other. I'm gonna join with room code 6069. First of all, they both still have the room codes. That's a good sign. And player ID, so that's FFB6. And you are 38CB. Okay, we didn't lose the player ID. We still have that now. Excellent. Now, I click to draw a card, and I have to send back my player ID that I'm drawing a card. And probably the room ID. I have to send back the room ID and the player ID. How is that going to work? On the front end in the API, when we draw a card, so we have room ID, we're also going to have player ID. So we have the set action, set room ID. Okay, so we're going to have a set player ID too. So message, wait, wrong message. Front end message. Set player ID. Player ID. This step. Okay. Okay. And then here, player ID is equal to that. There we go. And set player ID and that in there. That means that in our index for drawing a card, we have to also pass in. Wait, that's handle draw card. In draw card, we also have to pass in state that player ID. Okay, so then this should cause a problem on the back end because our message on the back end, we also need in the message data. Message data, player ID. Actually, no, wait, that should be sent back here then. Okay, so then in draw, let's actually just see where we're standing with this. Hit the game. I click here. Okay, here's our custom message with a player. Oh, player ID is none. Oh wait, this was create game. Okay, custom message, draw card. Player name, none. Player ID is a sum this. Okay, perfect. That's what we want to see. So we have the player ID now when we're drawing a card. So we can track that through starting at main state. We can see handle draw card. Right now we're just debugging the room here. But okay, we now have in the message the player ID. So now we can say draw a card. So maybe before I do that, let's head into the room. And we're gonna want to like draw the card. So draw a card itself. Now we have this draw deck, which is this vector of cards. So we're gonna just take the top player off of that. And we need the player ID, which is gonna be the stir. Sure, turn that. Yep. Let's start by returning okay. Closing this off. Okay, so what do I want to do? We need to, like, let's draw a card. So let's equals, yeah, that could work. We pop one off. Is pop on? I guess it is. That gives us an option of a card because it's possible that it doesn't exist. So really we want to do like an if let some card. Okay, so we have the message, we have the card here. Let's go ahead and debug what this card is. And we're gonna head back to, we're in room. We're gonna head back to main state. And for this room, we're gonna do room dot draw card. And the player ID is gonna be the message. Message.data. Oh, got. Okay, so in this message, not message builder. Hold on. Not front end. For the backend mill. For backend message, for message data, we want to do this get. Get player ID. Okay, so if let some player ID, okay, that looks good. We're gonna return, okay, player ID. Else, we are going to bail. Player ID doesn't exist. Okay, that sounds good. Then wrong message. Okay, back to the room here. We need to now. Oh wait, not to here. Back to main state. Back to main state. we need the player ID. So this is going to be the get player get ID question mark that. Oh, because it's okay. It's custom message data. Okay. So that should give us that. Let's try this again. Okay, we got a card. We get the King of Spades. So we pop that off. Okay, so we're in main state. We popped in draw card. We pop this off, and now we have to give it to the player. So that means for the player, we have to like have a take card because we have to have like a hand. So hand, which is gonna be a vec of card. Sure. What? You don't want to give that to me? Actually, would rather you do that. So we're gonna have what? Tab's not working anymore? Oh, what did I do? There's that thing you do that like destroys tab. There. Function. Yeah, add card. Add card is fine. You don't need to be a result though. Self.hand that push card. There we go. You know what's going on. Okay, so back to room. We draw a card. We have to now loop through all of the players to get the player out. We can probably at this point store the player in a hash map. That might be interesting too. Right now the players are just in a vector, I think, which is not terrible. But let's do this. Equals. We're gonna return a card here. If we get to this point, I want to just turn pay that. Just that we're on the same level and we're not starting to like go way deep. Okay, so we got a card. Next up, we want to find the player. Okay, so we're gonna find the player. Do we have a self-defined player? Wait. No, I don't. So, how are we doing? Goes self.players. I think we have to iter. Then we can do a find. This will give us player. Then our predicate is going to be the player.id is equal to the player ID. That looks about right. Oh, and then wait a second. So we're going to return this player. Else, return. Okay. All right. So now we got our player. We should find the player in this specific instance, and then what do I want to do? I want to give this player the card, right? So we're going to do player dot add card, give it the card. We need this to be mutable, so iter mute. Okay, so once we've added the card, then we want to take our message. We want to create a message for ourselves and send that, and then we also need to like send a message to everybody else. All right, so how do I want to do this? Here, add card, create a message. Let's do the message for ourselves first. So that message to player. We're going to do a custom builder. Set action, draw card. Okay. You have to tell us what the card is. So I don't think we have this, do we? We need the card. In data, there's no like card information. So we have to have a card, an option. Okay, so we have the card with an option. Probably have like in the builder. Card is not a string. Wait a second. Did I make it a string by accident? I did. Card should be a card. Set card. Okay, so we're going to take in the card. Okay, so self, data card equals some card. Okay. Self. So back to here, we're going to set the card. card, pass it in this card. What else do we need in here? It's like the player name. I don't think I care about the room ID. I don't care about the message. Don't care. Draw deck. Okay, the draw deck size needs to go down. So we need the new draw deck size. So that draw deck size, and you're going to be okay. Let's see. We have the action, the card, the draw deck size, set. I think that's it. So then we're just going to build. Then we're going to send to this player the message to player. Okay. Now you're upset because value moved here, so we need to head back to card and make sure that you implement copy as well. So we're going to create a game. This is going to be great. I take a card, draw a card. I got a spade of king. Okay, that is perfect. Now you couldn't handle that because I didn't do draw card. So event.card with a suit and a value. Okay, comes here. So that's correct. So add card. Add card. This, okay. That. I mean, that's incorrect. That is incorrect. It is not an ace. It is a king spade. But it's in my hand now. So if we take a look, in our hand, we have the suit spade value king. Okay, that's exactly what we see. Now, what's happening here? So I completely forgot what like hand looks like. So hand is a card that value, card that suit, and I think that's exactly what this is, suit and value. Okay, so that should go in here. So we should be able to, in our components, drill down and see hand, card. Okay, suit is spade and king is being passed in. So we are looking for because we don't have one. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. So let's go into card.view. It's like face card. We have the source with the face card. We need to import all of the cards and then name them to like what makes sense. Like ace of hearts, ace of clubs, that kind of thing. So in this case, it's the king of spades. Yeah, it's the king of spades. Okay, so let's pull in king of spades. Where did we put those? Oh, I think it's in here, isn't it? Playing cards, assets. So it's actually probably easier if I just find them in here. Okay, so then over here, so assets. I'm gonna take spades and move you in here. Okay, so I pull this in. Oh, okay, then king spade is the king of spades. And then that's what this is gonna display out here. Oh, hey, look at that. King of spades. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's see. So I probably want to do a computed property for like the alt text. Want to return close. Let's see, it's gonna be this dot suit king. No, this dot value. This dot value of this dot suit. So now if I try to pull again, okay, you're queen of spades. Oh, I don't see that here. What are you? Alt text, queen of spades. Oh, and then alt text is now going to be. Let's try this again. King, queen of spades. Do it again. Jack of spades. All right. Okay, so slowly coming in. Like our biggest problem now is just like actually just bringing in all the assets, all the images, which is kind of like a pain. But hey, it's fine. It'll be great. Um, then we need to make sure that this number goes down. And I think that we're setting this back properly, right? We have the new draw deck size. Yeah, we have the new draw deck size. So in the index, so when we handle draw card, we're just adding the card into here, but oh, we probably want to just like do this handle draw deck updated. Oh, okay. So we probably want something like that. So in actions here, we have draw card. We're going to respond only to you with that. And then draw deck updated. There, I think this will be better. I'm gonna come to main state. So if you are happening, I don't actually care. This is like just a no op. Because that's what we're sending out. Okay, so but when we send this message out, which let's see here, handle draw card, we do a room dot draw card, we do that entire thing. Then I want the message to go out to everyone else. So message equals custom message builder. I want to set the draw deck size to be, we have the room dot draw deck dot length. I think we're just gonna build. And then we're gonna broadcast to room this message. So you're private. So this is action. We need an action. That set action. You're not draw deck. You're draw deck updated. There we go. Draw deck updated. We need to update this in index. Okay, so handle draw deck updated. We will have handle draw deck updated here. There we go. Okay, so okay, and now we come over here. Do other. You're gonna be 9805. Join this room. Take a look at that. 47. Hey, you get the 9 of spades, 8 of spades, 7 of spades. Okay. Cool. Mr. Halsey, raiding with a party of 50. Welcome, 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 Mr. Halsey. Oh, you got to run. Well, thank you so much for the raid, and hopefully you'll have a great rest of your day. I'll probably see you on like later on in the week. Maybe we'll raid you again. But yeah, everyone who came in, well, there's a bunch of us here, so let's go ahead and get a raid game going, and then we'll see how you're all going. So let's do let's see, builds, rest workspace. Let's do the asteroids game. It's easier for me to chat with you all during that. So everyone, how are you all doing today? What was Mr. Halsey working on? More of the mimeograph? To play this game, all you have to do is chat and say anything inside of chat.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Exactly like that, literally, Josh. Also, hello.
Reinforcements have arrived.
It's always the mimeograph.
Reinforcements have arrived.
I remember a day when it wasn't always the mimeograph, when it was that game. Let's see. Xanacron, hello. Let's see. Kazum Dev, hello. I know Mr. Halsey is like maybe want to try out Godot because of those projects, like that game he was making in it. It looked like he was making really good progress with it too. So I see that his bot still responds with that is the project that he's working on. So I have faith that it's coming back. This is not made with Godot. This is made. It is in Rust. It's made with a game engine called GGEZ. It's a GGZ, yeah, it is a 2D game engine. It's not being updated right now. I can't remember if they found a maintainer or if it's still looking for a maintainer. But IceFoxen just got like really busy and I think a little bit burned out. So he switched away. All right, we have a decent number of people helping out here, so we might be able to get past level 7. Maybe. I know, like, working on these type of open source projects can be really hard.
Shoot the UFOs.
Come on. All right, level 7. Can I survive? The highest level we've ever been to is level 11. Okay, 2 lives left. Okay, we're gonna get to level 8. It's just, no, okay, we got to level 8. We couldn't get that much farther. This game is hard. I did not make it easy to play. All right, so what we're building today is a deck of cards simulator. This is actually a project that I want to deploy out and give to my parents. It's something they requested. They wanted something that they could play with friends over Zoom. So that's what this is. We're using a WebSocket server built in Rust, and the front end is built in Vue.js. So they're separately deployed front end and back end. So what I have right now is we can start, give our name, create a game, give our name, say other, and room code is 9712. Join with this room code. Here we are. I can now over here, we can send messages back and forth to each other. I can take a card, you can take a card. I don't have all the graphics for all the cards yet. Also, they're all in order. But that's the big thing is like I have this. Now let's see. What's in our to-do? I want to see my friend's hands. Okay, so I want to draw a card is like I think that's like this most important thing. Now, we also are going to want to randomize this. So when we, as part of this, I don't have like shuffle in here, so this should be shuffled now. The deck should be shuffled at this point. So when we, in the room, when we reset the draw deck, we create a new draw deck, and then I want to shuffle the draw deck. So we should probably have like just a shuffle. Shuffle, draw deck. Does Rand have the ability to like just shuffle a vector in place? I don't remember if it does. Literally, Josh, Fishery 8's that bad boy. Wait, I don't know what that's referencing. Or I'm just out of the loop. Or I'm just like not remembering. Okay, so let's. No, wait. What are you doing? Don't do that. No, I said no. Oh, the Fisher Yates. Yeah. Okay, I have heard of that. I just wasn't thinking about it. Does come on, full size. For Rand, do you have a shuffle? Okay, so shuffle a mutable slice in place. So you do. Okay, so we bring in RNG. We have our slice. Oh. Oh, okay, so we could just do this. So slice random. You have to pull in rand sequence slice random. Okay. What was it? Sequence. Slice random. Then down here, okay, so we have RNG. We want to do, I guess it's gonna be self dot draw deck dot shuffle RNG. Okay. Like that. Then, oh, you just probably want to be a mutable reference to it. Then, okay, so we're going to create this. Then we're going to shuffle it when we reset. Okay, so now back to our front end. If I refresh you, we restart again. Yeah, 6 of spades, 7 of spades, 8 of hearts. Okay, this looks sufficiently shuffled. Okay, awesome. Now, what this does mean is we need to pull in the rest of the cards. So I have a list of these SVGs that we got out of here. So we do 2 of clubs all the way over to no jokers. Who uses jokers in cards? Okay, so I want assets in here. Pull you all into here. Place you. Okay, now we have all of these cards. Okay, so then you go to card. And wait, wrong card. We go to this card. And we start pulling these in. So I guess let's just start here. We did Ace of Clubs, so we're gonna do import 2 of clubs from, but you are, I think, just 2. Yeah, 2 of clubs. And then you get taken in down to here. This is 2 club, 2 of clubs. Yeah, there probably is. I wonder if I could dynamically do the import. Yeah, that I was almost like starting to think about that. Like, can I import in a loop? Because like these are just numbers, right? That's pretty simple. Now the other ones are words, but let me worry about that later. So if I let's say we do something like I wonder if these are like in a block. So I wonder if that's going to be a problem. So if I do 4, what? Why would I ever do that? Let's like I equals, okay, so starting at 2, I is, wow, you figured out it's less than 14. But let's do less than 10. I guess it would be less than 11. Plus. Now, no, we're not going to, we're going to now do an import. Let's say we want to do this 2 of clubs here. So I don't think I can. We're gonna have to create the name. So const name is gonna be equal to, it's gonna be this, this. So it'd be something like 2. So that would be I of, here, we'll do clubs first. Then then we're going to use this name to import. Import name from I of clubs.svg. And you. Oh, but we've lost name. So then like outside of here, we'd have to have something like names. Import and export may only appear at the top level. So the answer is no. I can't do this in a loop. Oh, I probably could do like a require if it was something like that, but we're not using require, we're using import export. I think I may have to just do. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's just gonna be painful. So, but I think if we just do one of them, we can then just like do multi cursor and cloning for the rest of them pretty easily. So if we do like 3, so become 3, 4, yeah, exactly. 10. Sweet. Jack. Queen. King. Oh, we already have ace. Okay, so we did these. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Wait, no. They actually named it. So, queen. Okay, now we're going to take these and add them in here. So, we have the ace. Three of clubs. Oh, come on. Oh, 3 club. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, that's cool. That worked out better than expected, although I had 2 clubs already in. Okay, so just making sure that this works. Okay, so the clubs do seem to be working. All right, so let's do the rest. Now We're gonna take this. I actually kind of wanted to just reset. So like so we have ace of clubs through king of clubs. Also, just because in my brain I have ace of clubs always come after king, I'm just gonna move it down there. We'll just reset you and you. So now just gonna multi-line this. Okay, so 2, and then okay, so these are no longer going to be clubs. These are going to be what comes after clubs. Okay, let's do hearts. Hearts. And at the end here, hearts. Okay, that should just work for us. So queen. Oh, you almost got it. Oh, it did. Ace of hearts at the beginning. Okay, that's cool. Let's try this again. Hey, look, hearts are in here. Okay, so next up. So actually, I'm really curious. Can you figure this out? Can you do them all for me? Okay, so we have clubs and hearts. Sure, spades can be next. So 2 of spades, 3, 4, 5 from No, okay, hold on. That completely failed. What? Hold on. That was trying to do it right. So ace spades, spades that. Oh, I don't, wait. You're trying to do way too much here. I just want some of these. Oh. Okay. That is too bad. Okay, so it's like card faces, card suits. Did I like screw everything up? I feel like everything got screwed up. Okay, so hearts worked. Now this won't work because we need to actually pull these in. Okay, so now we're gonna do spades. Okay. Spades are in here now. Diamonds next. So now if I want to do this, okay. Now we have a full deck. And I can keep on pulling them in, and we have everything. Okay, that wasn't too terribly painful. I basically just had to do one full one of each one, and then GitHub Copilot took over for the other ones. It actually figured out what we wanted to do. So that's pretty cool. I have 84 errors, so that's not good. But let's double check that's not just because of weirdness. So the game, yeah, no errors now coming in, and we have all the cards that we want. And we can apparently pull in this many hands. That's cool too. I don't know anybody who would normally just like try to pull in all 52 cards to their own hand. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Okay, cool. So that tells me where's our to do. As a player, I want to draw a card. I can now draw a card, and other people can see that the draw deck has gone down. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and clean this up too. I have 282 warnings. Oh, but that's all this stuff that we haven't figured out how to do yet. Okay. We can draw a card and see what that card is. Players can draw a card. All right.